And so, as Danai is making me a coffee in the background, welcome to episode 3 of Are You Checking In? With me, Matt Shields-Jones, and her, Danai Polokranidou. And so we are back. This is now episode 3. It was going to be episode 2, but then we started ranting, so decided to split it into 2 episodes. Let's have episode 2 and 3, shall we?
Wow. Check us out.
So disingenuous with that one. Okie doke. So in this one, it is a bit more light-hearted, this episode. Now, you said something to me whilst we were grabbing coffee, which I found quite interesting, which I want to... It gave me an idea for the first section of this episode. And you said about HR managers and about the recruitment process.
Oh, wow.
Now, you've been through some really annoying recruitment steps, shall we say? Tiring steps and time-consuming steps.
Soul-crushing tests.
Soul-crushing. Okay, so go on. What's sort of your journey in recruitment been? What's it like finding a job at the moment?
To be fair, I'm one of those people, the ones you don't really like, because they don't really care about just finding something for like 3 weeks' time and then try to find something else for 1 more month's time and things like that. I wish I had the time frame. Hello.
There goes the coffee machine again. It just has a habit of interrupting.
It warns you for what is coming. I mean, if I had the time frame to, let's say, I know for a fact that in 2 months' time I get my job back or things like that, then I would know what to do. But I am starting with a mindset that no, you have no job, so you have to do something about it. So I'm looking forward for something brand new. And if that comes, I will be more than happy to welcome it into my life. If it doesn't, then I don't know. Maybe I'll come live with you and your 25 cats. Or something like it. I mean...
I only have 4 cats, by the way.
It's always 25.
I mean, 25 is the ambition.
I mean, yeah.
Throw one at the postman randomly. Yeah.
Something like that. I mean... I hope there are other people that feel the same anxious and stressed that I feel every day. I mean, I want something realistic, something that will... I want to work. I want to give to this... If I can manage to do something in civil service, I would be more than happy to do so. Yeah. I mean, it has always been a goal of mine to do something governmental. I mean, I think...
You just want to be in charge. You just want to work your way up to running the country.
No, not as much. I mean, I know that I don't have so much potential, but I have pretty realistic goals and ambitions in my life. I know that I can do things to make things better for some people.
Yeah.
And I really want to find something to try and motivate them or try and make them see the things the way I do. But I mean, guys, what's with all these psychometric tests? I mean, I get you want to find something that is above average. We all want that because we've seen that people crushing an interview and you think that they are amazing and I don't know, but then the references bounce back. their capabilities bounce back.
Not that we've been through this situation before.
No. Have we? Never. I mean, I understand. I'm pretty moderate with words and saying how awesome I am. I mean, I'm just another ordinary person that does 100% every day. And I mean, for some this is something, for me it's just my normal way of living.
Yeah.
I think it's very nice to be able to put in nice words what you have done and who you are and what you think of yourself. But I mean, you've never done this alone.
No.
You always have someone to back you up on that, or someone to mentor you through that. I mean, I have been blessed to be able to work my way through, and having you beside me. I mean, I don't believe for a second that there are too many people like us. I mean, yes, you like your managers, or yes, you find things and traits you want to, I don't know, improve the way they are thinking and things like that. But the end game is, are you really happy with what you're doing? I mean, yes, an interview is okay, but what kind of details are you getting from this person? I mean,
I've always seen an interview as essentially a 30 to 60 minute sort of snapshot of who someone is, and you have to really bear in the back of your mind that what you're seeing is what they are deciding to present to you at that moment in time. You're not necessarily getting to the nitty-gritty of a person and how they act under stress. And when we had our first interview years and years and years ago, and I still remember sitting there and in the back of my mind, can this person cope with the actual pressures that we have on a day-to-day basis in this business? Because you were coming from a small hotel to a big hotel.
Yeah, it was from 19 and 20 rooms to 280 bedrooms. I mean, I didn't even see it coming then.
It was. I
thought it would be an easy task, but it wasn't.
And at that time, I still remember saying that my reservation was whether you'd be able to cope with that, whether you'd be able to cope with the stress and, the day-to-day demands that there were of literally sometimes having a shift where for 8 hours you are non-stop. Constantly.
Non-stop.
And that became our life, really, wasn't it?
It
was. You had to run at 100 mile an hour, because if you paused for even a second, you were on the back foot. And I mean, those days when we were working on reception together, and if everything wasn't done by 10 o'clock in the morning, you knew you were screwed for the rest of the day. You literally came in and had 3 hours to get the entire day prepared, or you were just screwed. You were constantly on the back foot and doing 5 things at once. So you're checking someone in, and how many times did we have someone checking in and you're in the middle of checking them in and you're also doing the staff rota at the same time, or you're also balancing books at the same time, or you're doing corrections at the same time. And that sort of became our life.
And you were also on the phone and probably sending another email concurrently. People, concurrently, all of that.
It became sort of the way of life, really.
It did.
And
it really did.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, and I've said this before, you absolutely blew my mind in that sense, because you literally went and it was this sheer determination of, I'm going to fucking prove him wrong. And that's
true.
It literally
I got
was.
Upset.
It literally was, I'm going to prove you wrong every single step of the way. And we've had many, many conversations and many, many times where, as well as I do, I think that the team need to be involved in a recruitment process as well. And I've always tried to make my team involved in a recruitment process, because that person has to integrate with you. They don't necessarily have to integrate with me. My job is, as a manager, to manage that person and bring the best out of them. You're the one who has to stand beside them day by day by day and put up with their behaviours and their quirks. And, I mean, we've had some fantastic teams in the past.
Yes, we did.
We've had some shit teams.
Yes, we did.
Admittedly, yeah. But we have had some fantastic teams that have really brought the best out of each other. But I suppose, really, for this section, it's trying to figure out from your side, in terms of the recruitment process, what actually really pisses you off? What really, really annoys you with recruitment processes at the moment?
Okay. Well, figures...
How long have we got?
Exactly. Like an eternity. No. You begin with, first of all, the figures have changed. I mean, you are being asked to do a zillion, trillion things. And what you get in return is not what it would be expected.
So, I mean, wages dropping, basically.
Yes, basically that. But I mean, I don't want to sound like cocky or something. I mean, you know me better than anyone. I've never asked for more. I've never asked for a raise. I've never said, "Oh, this is not me, so I'm not taking this because."
Can I just point out at this moment in time, you have had several times where you have actually said, I'm not paid enough to deal with this shit.
Well, I also... No, people, you have to listen to that. Before I got my first ever promotion, I had to train 4 people before me. I trained them to get the job that they never gave me. And in the end, when I got it, they realized, yes, I was the one for the job.
I feel maybe you're a bit bitter about that.
I mean, that was very frustrating. That was too much hard work for one position. But if it wasn't for that, I am sure that right now I wouldn't have the mindset I do. Mm-hmm. And also the pause I had to stay home and care for my mom, it really opened myself into the whole managerial aspect of things.
Because it was never a question. It was never for me. It was never a debate. It was never one of these things which was, you have to stay here, you have to stay in this job, I need you, sort of thing. It was always, for me, from the very outset, you need to go and care for your mum. Go and care for your mum. You know, look, there is a career that's waiting for you here, but don't put your career ahead of your family, because this is something that you may live to regret in the future. And, you know, I like to think that I was as supportive as possible during that time.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. And to be fair, there were many others that opposed this idea. I mean, there were people that were telling me, "Oh, you just threw your career into the drain and all this hard work." And I always just responded, if the opportunity came once for me, it will come again.
Yeah.
Because it's not the opportunity that comes to you, is you go for the opportunities. You try and make it happen for you.
Yeah.
And I mean, others just sit around and say, "Oh yeah, they didn't do this for me, they didn't do that." No, you didn't do it for yourself. If you don't fight for yourself, if you don't try and earn the respect and you don't earn the trust of a company, I don't think that is very, very easy for anyone to put their trust in you either.
No.
And these days it's just, well, I mean, I freeze. That has always been my problem. If you say, now we're going to take a test, or on the simplest thing, I'm just going to fail. I just fail. I do not like testing. But, I mean, I have worked under, some would say, madhouse. I mean, we've done the next day after the Manchester attack.
Yeah.
I mean, after the it wasn't just a bomb threat. It was an actual bomb that blew off, and people were killed. and we had to deal with all of that the next day. I mean, no one trained us